welcome to today's video on online courses for professional learning. Before we get started, I would like to hear from you. What are your thoughts on online courses? In particular, when it comes to courses for professional learning. If you'll follow the link and add a sticky note for pros and cons. In today's video, we're going to take a look at about online courses, instructional design, steps for creation, and of course examples of online courses. So let's get started with about. So of course these courses are online and they vary from full accredited courses to professional developments that might just last about an hour or two. They're either conducted synchronously or asynchronously. So synchronously, we would all log in at the same time, the instructor as well as the participants. On asynchronous, you can learn at your own pace. Some of you, I'm sure, have used a variety of learning management systems, such as Blackboard, Moodle, Canvas, and Neo. And those are traditionally how you will find online courses. But you do have the ability to use a website. So whether that's just open courses that you have created on a website or password protected pages of the website where only certain people can get on them, or add-ons that are almost like an LMS on a website that's created with, for example, WordPress. So full online courses cost less than face-to-face or blended formats, and that's basically because it's less expensive overall than hiring a consultant to actually teach these. And the challenges for online courses is inadequate resources and lack of formative assessment. So what does the research show? Well, it definitely shows that there is a shift happening. And we all know that since the pandemic, there is definitely an educational landscape shift. On average, students perform modestly better in online rather than face-to-face courses. And while we tend to focus on the technology use, the actual effectiveness of a course is less dependent on that and more dependent on the design of the course and the quality of the learning experience. Next, we're going to take a look at exactly that, the instructional design. So there's 3 factors that Masha has determined that you could look at for online course effectiveness. Do you have clear objectives? Is it designed in modular presentation of the content? And is there a clear connection between each one of those modules? And is there encouragement of exploration and discovery? Now, to take this further, there's actually a whole entire set of standards for quality online teaching, programs, and courses. So let's take a quick look at what a quality online course would look like as far as if we were going through standards. So you might have heard of Quality Matters or iNOCL, and both of those provide national standards for online learning. They have come together and there's now a national standards for quality online courses, teaching, and programs. So I am under the Quality Online Courses standards, and it is broken down into course overview and support, the content of the course, the instructional design, the assessment, accessibility and usability, technology, and evaluation. And then each one of these you can open up underneath. So I'm just going to take a look at content, and you'll see it's much like standards that we would find in our variety of subjects in K through 12 education. Much like those standards, these help to direct you and to guide you towards quality online teaching, online programs, and online courses. So the big deal, as research has shown, is instructional design models. So these are 3, and ADDIE is the oldest one, and it's actually used on Bloomboard through the state of Louisiana for the Mentor Content Leader certifications. And ADDIE is Analyze, design, develop, implementation, and evaluation. And the design depends on 3 factors. So it depends on the audience, it depends on the media that is available, as well as the content. So now let's take a look at steps for creation. We all want to create a professional learning course, right? So the steps are broken down here on this slide. And whenever you are trying to determine the need, you try to think of the trigger. Like what action or change or performance is it that you're wanting from these online PD courses? And who should you bring to the table? On knowing your audience, you may need to do an audience analysis in which that you interview or you observe or you learn more about your audience. For determining what audience will know and be able to do, that's your instructional analysis. And then determine how learners will demonstrate their new knowledge and skills. Yep, you guessed it, that's your assessment. When we're talking about the visual design, that's like the graphics, the headers, the colors, the fonts, and everything being pleasing to the eye. And when you match your media to learning objectives, it's pretty much the same as the classroom. You're not watching a video if you don't have an outcome that you are wanting to gain from that video. You can motivate students through encouragement, engagement, and motivation. And monitoring is working on providing a lot of feedback, check-ins, and evaluation. And then don't forget to promote your project. You want to have multiple forms of communication, you want to have a marketing plan, and so on. Some other tips for your online courses is remember that you're reading online, not in a book, and so you need to chunk the text into smaller passages. If it's going to be a large document, like maybe you're going to have to read a couple of pages, then it's typically better to just make that document downloadable or digitize it in a manner that it could be opened up, for example, into Google Docs, and the person would have the ability to download it if they would like. Videos should be more of a demonstration process or how something works. And don't forget, with Web 2.0, there's tons of technology options out there to meet your need for activity creations, from matching activities to collaboration with others. Now we're going to take a look at a few examples of online courses. So as mentioned previously, there's a wide variety of availability. So we're going to just take a look at 3 different types. So Coursera is a company that provides various online courses, and these might be for professional development. They could be accredited through a university, or they could lead towards certification. Another place you might find professional development would be at, for example, TCEA and other groups that you might already be a part of, NSTA and all of those. So if you're a member, see if they are now offering online courses for professional development. And then a variety of universities also provide training. Some of these might be for their faculty and others might be open for public. So we're just going to look at those 3 examples. So for Coursera, you'll see that I just searched professional development education. We have foundations of teaching for learning and a variety of other options. They also have certifications for Google courses, just anything you could imagine. I mean, there's one for Facebook and social media. If there's a topic that you're interested in, just search and see what they have available. So TCEA is the example that I am showing for a particular organization offering these courses. You'll see that these start at $29 a course. And there are numerous examples from Bitmoji to Effective Math 3 through 5, robotics. Just going to scroll through so you can see the variety. And they are constantly adding to this list. So looking at organizations you already belong to or that you've thought about belonging to is a great way to possibly find some professional development online courses. And lastly, an example from an educational perspective of at a university, district, or school. Tech has a training portal, and you have various courses that you can take, such as getting started with Google Slides, Gradescope, and some others that are tools that Louisiana Tech provides for their professors. And this list is also constantly added to. So what courses would you be interested in that you would like to see offered for professional learning? Just follow the link and leave your thoughts. Thanks for joining today for online courses for professional learning. Have a great day.